Okay, so on to a new topic on changing the subject. This is very similar to the solving equations and inequations, and essentially it's going to be using the exact same idea, but we just have more letters involved. So for all these questions, it says change the subject to the letters shown in the bracket. So by asking us to change the subject, essentially it's just asking us to get that letter on its own. So I want to have B all by itself in this first one. So to start off, I need to try and get rid of everything that is around it. So I've got 4b minus c equals d. So first, to get rid of that c, I need to add c to both sides. So I now have 4b equals d plus c. Then I just need to divide that 4 away. And so my final answer is just going to be b equals d plus c all over 4. And as you can see, we've gotten the b on its own, so that means that is now my subject. Okay, so looking at question 2, I want to make x my subject. Start off with, we're going to do what is kind of called a common sense line, where I'm just going to swap it around. Because mathematically, it just makes it a little bit nicer at the end. So first I need to get rid of that w, so I take away w on both sides. And so I now have negative 6x equals y negative w. And then I want to divide by negative 6 on both sides. And so I have x equals negative y minus w all over 6. Okay, so on to question 3 here. So I want to make g my subject. And to get rid of that fraction, I need to multiply by h on both sides. Oh, actually, first let's do our common sense line before I do that. So I'm just going to swap that around. So multiply by h. So I now have 3g equals fh or hf, doesn't matter what way round it is, divided by 3 on both sides. So I now have g equals fh over 3. And last one here, I've got k equals j over x, and I want to make x my subject. I still want to get rid of the fraction, because it's a bit awkward having that x underneath that fraction there. So now I'll have kx equals j, and now I can quite happily divide the k away. And so I'm left with x equals j over k. And so that's the basic part of changing the subject. And in the next video, I'll look into some more complex versions.